Hi, I'm Captain Steve Betts, and I want to welcome you to my kitchen. As you might know, it's scalloping season 2014, and one of the recipes that I get most requested is how to make scallop chowder. Well, today that's what we're going to be making in my kitchen. We're going to be making scallop chowder, and I just wanted to show you a few of the ingredients that are going to go into your chowder. First thing we're going to have to make our stock is we're going to have some fresh carrots. Fresh celery, some green onions, and also potatoes. For the roux, this is going to be for your stock, and then for your roux, we're going to use 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, a quart of half and half, and a stick of butter. You're also going to add 3 cans of chopped clams, and then we're going to have our fresh bay scallops. This is about 4 gallons worth of scallops that have been shelled. They were 4 gallons in the shell, and once you get them shelled, that's about how much meat you'll have. The meat's fairly big this year, and this is going to be your fresh scallops is going to go in your chowder. Whew, boy, that's quite the workout. So getting all those vegetables ready. So I'm going to have a sip of beer here. Nice to have a cold one while you're cooking. Anyway, back to our scallop chowder. So now we have our vegetables prepared. This is our celery, all chopped up. We're going to add it to the pot. And then we have our carrots chopped up. This is about 2 cups of celery, 2 cups of carrots, green onion. You can adjust this according to how much you like onion, but I like onion quite a bit, so I do in between 1.5 cups, 2 cups of green onion, all chopped up. And then on the potatoes, usually about 4 cups, diced, cubed, cubed or triangulated or whatever you want to call it. It's about 4 cups. Put that in the pot. Then, here's where we're going to take our clams and we're going to cut the lids, and then we're just going to take and pour the clam juice in, leaving the lids on. Strain those off of there, get that juice in there, it gives it some good flavor. And then I like to add some pepper, and I like sea salt. So I'll add a little bit of sea salt. I don't put a whole lot to start with because I am going to season this as I go. I season it to taste. And then we're going to fill that pot until the water just covers the vegetables. And we're going to turn that on. We're going to bring it to a boil. Then we'll turn it down to a simmer, and we're going to cook that while we're making our roux. We're going to be cooking the vegetables. We just want to cook them till they're tender, and then we'll go from there, and I'll show you the rest of it. Okay, so now we have our stock cooking here. Going good. I'm turning it up just a tiny bit. Smelling good. Can you smell it? And now we are going to make our roux. Turn the heat on here a little bit. We're going to drop this stick of butter in here. Melt that down. And get that melted real good. going to take a minute. Cut that piece of butter up just a little bit to kind of hurry this process along. Normally I'm not in a hurry because I'm usually not videoing, and I can pause and take a break and drink a beer while that's melting. Well, drink part of a beer. Might as well have a sip. It's just about melted. And now, got 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. We're going to mix that in a little bit at a time. Going to get our roux going here. And we're going to add the rest of that in there. Get it stirred in real good. And it starts ending up kind of like a paste. Now you're going to add your quart of half and half. You're going to just slowly add that. Continue to mix this in with it. And it kind of wants to clump up a little bit, but you just keep stirring and it starts turning into your mixture that you're going to be adding to your vegetables. And I just cook this just for, once it's done, I just kind of heat it up. I don't really boil it or anything like that. I just heat this mixture. Give that a minute or two, and that will be ready to put in your vegetables. So now that you have that made, you got your stock going. This will take, however long it takes for the potatoes to get tender, and that will be done, and then we will finish up. Oh, hey, you're back. Okay, our potatoes are now done, and our vegetables are nice and tender and been cooking for about, 20 minutes or so now. And we are going to go ahead and combine our mixtures. Don't drain any of the broth off from the vegetable mixture. You want to keep that broth. That's got all the flavor in it. Leave it cooking at a simmer. Pour your roux in. We won't use that. And mix that up nicely. It's important now, you don't really want to boil this. Just going to cook it still simmering. And then we're going to add our chopped clams. Now the clams are optional. You don't have to add the clams if you don't want them. I like to add them because I like the flavor from the clam juice, and then the clams just add a little something extra to it that I enjoy. But you don't have to use them. It is optional. I add those. We're not going to really cook this now. We're just kind of leaving it warm. If you overcook it, the clams will become tough. So we don't want to do that. Then we're going to take our bay scallops. These have been, I rinse them before I use them. I rinse them off in the strainer and stuff, kind of clean some of the stuff off of them. And then we're going to go ahead and add these. like I said, we're not really, at this point, we're just letting the heat of the mixture cook the scallops and the clams. You don't want to overcook your scallops or they'll shrivel up, they'll get tough. You're just really letting the heat from the mixture do it. What I normally do at this point is I just take it, I dump the clams, the scallops in there, and then I shut the burner off. Take a lid to the pot, set it on there, and I just scoot it off the burner, and I let it sit and cool down, and let the scallops and everything absorb all the flavor. I let my soup cool down and absorb all the flavor. I've added a little bit of salt and pepper to it. It needed a little bit more seasoning, and now I'm ready to try it. Here it is here. Oh yeah. Well, awesome. I'm gonna tell you, they don't get any better than that. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for stopping by my kitchen. Hope you enjoyed my video, and gonna go ahead and rate this meal as far as how hard it is, difficult it is to make. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's approximately a 5 beer meal. This would be my 5th one. That's good too. Does great with the chowder. Have a great day, and if you would like to send me some recipes you have for scallops or fish, you can email them to me at captainsteve@flatsandbay.com, and hopefully I'll have some more videos for you. Thank you.